So I originally wasn't going to make a video about this, but I saw Smash JT's live stream last night, and I kind of wanted to give my thoughts on that real quick, because he had some really good points being brought up in there, and there were some pretty deep conversations taking place, and honestly, it made me realize just how sad this platform really is. Smash JT was talking about how he would put so much effort, so much time and effort and money into YouTube to try to make his channel work. And in the end, it didn't work out for him. And he was so jealous because he sees all these other YouTubers putting so much, you know, putting almost no effort into YouTube and getting a lot out of it. Like, he would cover stuff better and quicker than all these other channels, and his channel was undershadowed, basically, was what he was talking about. And I was thinking about my own channel and how I wanted to branch off and do something completely different. I wanted to just focus on gaming because that's where my interest actually is. And it just made me realize just how truly broken YouTube is. I mean, go back and look at some of my earlier videos. The hilarious part is that some of my worst videos are some of my most popular videos. Just stupid, like, petty drama shit that would get thousands and thousands of views. And I go back and watch them, I'm like, this is terrible. Like, I'm almost embarrassed to even have it on my channel. And I honestly did think about just deleting everything off of this channel. But when I experimented and I went over to the Venomous channel, and everything was completely clean over on that channel, right? And I just started doing my own stuff on there, just kind of chilling and having a good time. And then, like, nobody would watch. Like, literally, that channel got, like, maybe 10 to 15 views on average. With only a couple exceptions where a video would catch in the algorithm and it would take off. But for the most part, it would get, like, 10 views. And that's when I realized, I'm like, if I do this, my channel is just going to be completely dead. Like, I would literally, nobody would watch my content. And it seems to me like the less effort you put into YouTube, the dumber the kind of videos you make, the worse your stuff is, the better you're going to do on the platform, in a way. It's so weird. And YouTube wants people to be family friendly, right? They want people to not cuss, they want people to be professional, they want your video to be high quality. For example, just a couple days ago, I uploaded a video, wasn't a single cuss word in it. It was professionally done, the video was really clean, quality was good. It was a tuned video with something trending, right? Gran Turismo 7, that's a hot new release, right? And I put out what I think is going to be like, okay, maybe this is going to, you know, people might be interested in this. I put out like there's a 5-minute video in 4K quality showing off a tune for the Dodge Viper, a top speed tune for that game. Because I know multiplayer, a lot of people are going to want to start jumping onto the Gran Turismo 7 multiplayer. And maybe some people are going to want to run Special Stage Route X, and they might go on YouTube and try to get a top speed tune for the car to set it up for that. So I go ahead and put that out there, and it literally gets single-digit views. I have never had a video get 7 views before. I mean, I was like, wow. And don't get me wrong, I'm not, like, complaining, because I already said that I really don't care anymore, because I just don't. I'm kind of like semi-retired, to be honest, because I'm just kind of done giving a fuck about this, because it's all just so stupid and meaningless to me at this point. But it just highlighted just how pathetic the platform really is. That you can put out like a garbage video. Like I had that 3-minute video a couple months ago on Janelle Aliana, basically just shitting all over the audience. It's almost like YouTube says that they want you to be family friendly, they want you to upload good content and professionally done content, but then you do that and people are going to be like, oh, it's boring, the video's boring, and then nobody's going to watch, And then YouTube's going to be like, well, nobody's watching this video, therefore this channel must suck. And then they stop recommending it and stuff like that. So it's like, the advice that YouTube gives you, if you take that advice, you're almost like hurting your own channel by doing so. And it's just, it's so weird. This platform is just so bizarre. And I don't mean for this to be like a rant video or something like that. It's just, the kind of stuff he was saying, I was like, Jesus Christ, man. And then I see Smash JT was, you know, it's funny how he was at first like jealous of all these YouTubers. Then he gives up on YouTube, which was definitely a good move, because his platform is garbage. But he moves on from YouTube to try to branch off and get successful in other avenues of life. Right? And then he does. He finds success in other avenues in life. And then how the tables have turned. That now everybody is jealous of him. I mean, make no mistake. People are so freaking jealous of the fact that he can invest $50,000 into whatever he wants. Like, he was originally going to invest $50,000 into the Intellivision Amico. Thank God he didn't. Right? He thinks he's beating himself over losing 10K. Imagine if he lost 50K instead. And then I hear that OEBP deletes his channel, and I hear the reason that he deletes his channel. Supposedly it was originally because, oh, he's just not having fun doing this anymore. But then I'm hearing that it's actually because, yeah, he just wasn't growing his channel the way he wanted to. And I'm like, well, okay, so that makes a lot more sense now. So basically he was in it for the wrong reasons, because it's just really sad that you got a lot of people on here that are basically just constantly talking about Amico this and Amico that, and we're already starting to see that that gravy train is dying fast. And all these people, these small little rinky-dink retro gaming channels, I mean, before the Amico stuff, man, their channels were dead. People want to make fun of my channel. My channel, in comparison, is successful. Really successful compared to these channels. My channel should not be where it's at. That video that got 7 views, that should be every single stream, every single video on my channel should be getting 7 views. But because I have a backlog of dumb drama videos that had thousands of views and, you know, tens of thousands of watch hours, I was able to get monetized, and I was able to get over 1,000 subscribers with like no effort. I mean, everything I did was off of a cell phone, a shitty cell phone. Like, the first cell phone I had was a cheap ass cell phone from 2017, and it's just, and I was able to you know, do what so many people are trying so hard to do, and it just makes you realize just how broken YouTube as a platform truly is. The algorithm is so corrupted at its core. And it's sad. It honestly breaks my heart that so many of these, you know, really passionate retro gamers, they try to start their channel. But so many of these YouTubers are so desperate. They want so badly to get an audience, and they just can't get it. And then at the same time, you have someone like Destiny FOMO that will come out of nowhere, and she'll have her boobs hanging out on camera, and oh my gosh, well, she's into video games and she's a hot girl, so I've got to subscribe to her, right? When you think about it like that way, it's not too surprising that you've got this massive incel community that will just shit all over these people and become really obsessed with some of these women on here, and these Twitch thoughts and all this other stuff going on, right? When you think of it that way, it's not surprising, because it's really obvious that they're just frustrated. They're really pissed off that they put all this time and energy and effort into doing YouTube, and even Gamesta to some extent. Although I don't think he's trying to grow his channel. He doesn't even care if he gets terminated. But the point still stands. He's someone like him. He doesn't like all these YouTube frauds. He doesn't like all these fake gamers on here. People that'll just come on and, you know, play the YouTube game, talk about, oh, here's this new Switch eShop sale video, and here's this new video about this, and here's my review of this game that I haven't even started playing yet. And even though that review was fake, because they didn't even play the game yet, it gets way more views, because they were first to the line with the review. So, therefore, when someone's ready to watch a review, well, here's this review out, and it came out way before someone who, like me, not saying that I'm frustrated that my review didn't get amazing amounts of views or anything like that. I'm just using it as an example. When I did my review, I waited until I actually finished the game before I reviewed it. So when you think about it like that, when someone who's an even smaller channel, when they put a lot of effort into a review, and they finally get done with the review and they upload it, nobody watches it because, well, the game's already been out for a week or 2 weeks or whatever. And there's already a dozen other reviews of the game, even though those are fake reviews. It doesn't matter. The algorithm picked up on them before it's going to pick up on you. And people will look at that, and I can get it. Like, I get it. I get the frustration. And people like that, it will just cause them to go crazy. So when they have this opportunity to cover something, when they start making some videos on the Amico, and suddenly their channel blows up, and then Tommy Tellerico, maybe he's getting a little manipulative there, coming on to some of these rinky-dink channels and saying like, hey, I'm gonna be your friend and I'm gonna help you out, and you know, we're gonna collaborate together, and the people look at this and they're thinking to themselves, oh my god, this is my chance. This is my chance to make it big on the platform. And it breaks my heart because, like, I see what they're trying to do, and I get it. Like, it clicked. Last night, like, Smash JT's live stream, it really clicked with me. Like, what's really going on. It made me see the bigger picture of everything on the platform and everything going on. It's when you take a step back and you look at everything, you're like, oh my god, it's sad. You realize just how broken the platform is, and just how desperate people on YouTube are to get any kind of fame they can. And I can't help but feel like a little bit of a fraud myself, simply because I shouldn't be where I'm at. I shouldn't have 40, 50, even 40 or 50 views on a live stream. My streams suck. My streams are terrible. Why do anybody want to watch them? I don't know. But here I am, because I've got a backlog of stupid, dumb, petty drama shit with thousands of views, sometimes tens of thousands of views. No, I'm not kidding. Somehow, here we are, making money off of a channel that shouldn't even be getting 10 views. And it just, all I can say is wow. I don't even know what to say anymore with all this. But it was really, really eye-opening. I feel like I'm in the Matrix and I just took the red pill. I see the truth of everything, and I see how bad it is and how sad it really is. It's easy to make fun of some of it, right? But, like, some of the people who are desperate, like, oh my god, that's pathetic, right? But it's not even about just, like, they want to make a career out of it. For some people, they just want a little community. They just want to build up a community and chat with people who are interested in the same topic, and then they'll look at their stream chat and nobody will be in their stream chat, and they'll have no views after the stream's done. They so desperately want their own community, and they just don't know how to get it. So they think that the solution is to buy their own community. People want to make it out to be like it's all about the views. And if you only focus on how many people are watching your video, like, instead of just focusing on how many views did this video get and how many views did that video get, instead of focusing on that, focus on what you think, what those viewers thought of the video. Even if it was only like 5 of those viewers. If those 5 viewers thought, man, this is one of the best videos I have ever seen on YouTube, that was really well done, man, I'm subscribing to your channel. You know, I mean, just focus on building a community of people and be thankful for what you have, you know, because at the end of the day, if you're just focusing on being a really big YouTuber, why? Like, that's the thing, too. It's like, why? Because you're not gonna be a 100, 200, 300,000 subscriber channel. People just don't grow like that anymore on this platform. YouTube is set up in a way now, I think, to where they only want their little trusted sources, people that they can control. And that is exactly why we saw channels like Janelle Aliana, because this was a testing ground. YouTube wants to be the new cable television. They want to have people that they can create, people that they can trust, right? Where they're not going to cause controversy for the platform, and they're not going to have opinions that doesn't align with YouTube's, you know, corporate liberal agenda nonsense. They want creators that they are in full control of, which is why I think that's a big reason why channels are always going to be stuck in a small little mindset. Frankly, I wouldn't even be surprised if one day we saw YouTube just say, we're terminating every single YouTube channel with under 1,000 subscribers, or under 10,000 subscribers, or something like that. It wouldn't even surprise me. Because at the end of the day, YouTube has to spend so much money on server space and all this other stuff. And what do they get out of it, right? Because they don't... Nobody's watching you, no offense, but nobody's watching your little retro channel. When you're getting single-digit views, that's not doing anything for YouTube. YouTube's bleeding money on these channels. And they don't know if they can trust such and such content creator. Why would they bother promoting you when they've already got these established content creators? The time to do YouTube and make it a quote-unquote career was like 15 years ago. And if you weren't one of those early content creators, then you're probably not going to be on YouTube's radar ever. I'm just keeping it real with you. Like, from what I can see, the number of people that will ever really balloon to a point where you're going to be considered a big channel, it's very, very small. It just doesn't happen anymore. So, and honestly, even these people that were around for such a long time, look at where they're at now. Look at where someone like Boogie2988 is at in life. I mean, even then, like, their channels are toast. Like, nobody cares about these people. They're ancient. They're getting older now. They're out of touch with their audience. And they're just kind of like, their time has kind of ended. And I think, I know it's a bit of a conspiracy, but I do really believe that YouTube will have more Janelle Alianas pop up. I really do think that they're going to start making it to where they have their own content creators on the platform. It's going to become just like cable television. I want to watch so-and-so. And we think about it, we already have them pushing people like the Jimmy Kimmel Tonight Show or whatever it's called. Right? I mean, I don't watch TV, so I don't even know what these like channels are called, right? But if you're sign out of your YouTube account and go to the homepage of the channel and you tell me what you see on there. You've got like the big news channels like CNBC and World News Tonight and the Tonight shows and all these other stuff, and it's just like, it shows where YouTube's mindset is, and that's another reason why YouTube just isn't going to work for you anymore. It's done. The era of broadcasting yourself is over. There's a reason that tagline doesn't show up on the homepage of YouTube anymore, because they're just not interested in the average Joe content creator. Even though that's what made YouTube big to begin with. They're just going in a different direction now. And quite honestly, I do believe that's going to be it's going to end up being the downfall of YouTube, because that was the whole reason that people went onto YouTube to begin with. But on top of that, you also have to remember that you're in a crowded market. All the retro gamers and stuff like that, if you're getting more than 10 views, you should be really, really thankful. And I'm really thankful for those people that watch my shitty streams, because I know my streams are not the highest quality. I know my laptop's, you know, not the greatest in the world, and I've got some technical issues here and there. But really, like 40 views to me is like, wow. Because compared to so many other channels, that's amazing. So just keep in mind that you are in a very crowded market. Anybody now can just get a tripod and a $100 smartphone and just start recording gameplay footage and throwing it up on a YouTube channel. And if you do want to build a small community surrounding gaming-related kind of stuff, then start networking. You know, and like I said, don't expect to get hundreds of thousands of views like some of these big gaming channels are, because it's never going to happen. But if you want to get, you know, a couple hundred views on your stuff here and there, because that's all you should really expect to get out of it, tops, to be honest. Don't expect to get, you know, even in the thousands of views. I think is a stretch. But if you want to get, you know, a couple hundred views here and there off your stuff, start networking. Reach out to some other content creators. Feel them out. Start chatting with them. And if you support them, they might support you. They'll check you out if they see that, like, oh, you're a YouTuber? Okay, well, I'm going to check your stuff out too. And that's how you start building connections on the platform. That's how you build an audience now. That's the best way to do it. People that are doing the sub for sub crap, it's not a great idea to do that, because it's not organic growth. But someone like Level 1 Online, he networks with other people. That's how he got to the point where his channel is at. He'll tell you himself, you know, networking is a big part of it. So that's a good option for you. I would start there. So with that being said, I hope that advice helps some of you guys out there. Please try not to take this stuff too seriously. It's just a hobby at the end of the day. So don't get mad if your channel isn't getting what it, you know, where you want it to be. And you see some of these other YouTubers who are getting hundreds of thousands of views. Trust me, they're not making what you think they are, and they're quite miserable at the end of the day. Trust me. Just do this for the passion of it. Do it for the fun of it. And make content that you can be proud of. That you can go back years from now and watch and be like, oh, that was a good time. I remember making that video. That was a lot of fun. Because honestly, the only videos on this channel up to this point that I really feel about that towards, there's only a few that I feel like that towards. Like some of the parody skits that I did, I went back and watched some of those, and I thought those were really good, right? And I showed them to a friend of mine. He said he was rolling on the floor laughing at some of those, and that's great. You know, that's awesome, right? That I could make some people laugh at some of those. And I had a lot of fun doing it. And at the end of the day, that's all that really matters, is are you having fun? Are you making people enjoy your content? Even if it's not a lot of people. Are people enjoying what you're doing? And are you, more importantly, enjoying what you're doing? And if the answer to either of those is no, then maybe it's time to hang it up. Maybe YouTube's not for you. But you gotta think about why you're on this platform to begin with. If your answer is, I want to be a big star on YouTube, then you should delete your channel, like OEB Pete did. And I don't mean that to, I'm not saying that to be harsh. I'm just being honest with you. You have to think about why you're on this platform in the first place. But if you're really getting angry at people like this, people that don't want to have to even do this, people that aren't enjoying doing this is like so tedious to them. They get up in the morning and they're like, oh, here we go again. They just kind of like sigh and shake their head, and then they open their computer you know, they roll out of bed at like 11 a.m., they open up their computer and they just record something. They have to find the latest drama on Twitter to talk about for the day. And then they have to pretend to care about it and then give their thoughts, pretend to care about the situation, and think of a opinion piece that won't piss everybody off, too. That's another thing, right? Because when you're doing this for the masses, you have to take your individuality out of it, almost. And I've noticed that with a lot of big channels, too. They end up making it to where they have to please the masses. And I'm so glad that I don't have to do that. There's been times where I've made videos, I went completely against what most people said. Well, like The Last of Us 2, for example. I like The Last of Us 2. Get over it. It was a good game. No, I don't think it was Game of the Year, but it was a good game. People were saying, "Oh, it's terrible," and they were like they were getting angry at anybody who would disagree. Man, I am so fucking glad that I can fire up my camera and give my honest thoughts about something, and I don't have to appease the masses and worry about did I say something that's going to piss people off and cause people to unsubscribe, or cause an outroar and a cancel culture movement. I can fire up my camera and say whatever the hell I want to say and just be done with it. And if it pisses people off, oh fucking well, that's not my problem. And I'd much rather have the freedom to do that than have to be one of these YouTubers. I really don't get why anybody would want to have to be one of these RGT85s. I know this was a long video, but I definitely had a lot to say, a lot to get off my chest. Smash, if you're watching this, great stream, man. Really, it was really eye-opening. I think for some people, it definitely made me take a step back and just look at the bigger picture of everything. And all I can say is, when I look at the bigger picture, what a messy picture it really is. So, thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you guys next time for some more gaming-related topics. Till then, take care.
One, tie. The winner